What's up? What's up? Let me not do that. I'm about to do like Martin. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trikayla, for the ones who don't know. And today, you guys, we are about to talk about it, okay? But this talk about it is going to be a little different. This is going to be my testimony on me life. Y'all, please bear with me because I'm a little nervous. This is much more of a sensitive topic for me, so I'm a lot nervous, y'all. I'm about to really let down my walls. I'm about to really be vulnerable onto you guys and just discuss everything what went on with me growing up and just sharing my testimony and just praying that this can help someone else out there. So yeah, let's basically get started with the testimony. Alright, so to start off, my name is Trikayla. I am 21 years old. I'm about to be 22 in April. I have two brothers. So I have an older brother and I have a younger brother. My older brother, his name is Derek, and he's 26 now. My younger brother is Keeson. He's 18, about to be 19 soon. And I also have a baby sister named Rebecca. She's around like 4 now, so yeah. So basically my testimony starts when I was 10 years old. So started from 10 years old. Before 10 years old, we had a nice childhood. My brothers and I, we grew up with my mom, and basically like she always made sure that, you know, we had a good childhood. So we would, you know, all the good stuff, okay? Like, it was no phones back then. It was no social media really, like, at all, to be honest, back then. So our childhood consists of going outside, playing, all that, right? Climbing trees, jumping off the trees, flipping off the trees, like all of it, okay? Rolling down in snow off the hill. I used to be a huge tomboy, so I was skating. I knew how to skate, like actually like not roller skate, but like skateboard skating. Like I knew how to skate, and yeah, I used to do it all. So fast forward to now, I'm 10 years old. My mom got married, and basically that's when everything starts to make a change for itself. It started to like really change drastically for my family and I. We ended up living in our first hotel ever. So we went from what was known to us, which was just living in our home, in a stable home, whether if that was an apartment or a house, and from a blink of an eye we ended up living in a hotel. So that was a bit drastic change for us because we like I said, we was not used to that at all. So, and I was in 5th grade at the time as well. So I was away from my school. So I had a good friend at the time. Her mom used to come pick me up and basically drop me off at school, and my brother as well, my younger brother. So she used to pick us up and drop us off to our school, so that way we can continue to be enrolled in the school. But eventually they had to stop because it was just a lot going on, right? So we stayed in the hotel. I don't know how long we stayed in that particular hotel, but we was able to finally move out of that hotel into our new home, to our apartment. Y'all, legend is screaming, don't mind that. Moving to our apartment, we was really excited, really happy, because, you know, like, okay, we went through that little hiccup and that was that. So, but this apartment was, it was just as bad as the hotel, to be honest. I was able to enroll into a different school, and I had to adjust. I had to make new friends, of course. This school, I started to get bullied, and yeah, that was my first experience really getting bullied and stuff like that. So, but I didn't get bullied until the end, like towards the end of the school year, which is weird. We had to move from that apartment because it was just like, it was just really bad with that apartment, like terrible. So we had to move with my mom, husband at the time, mom. So moved in with her. That was new to us because we was really getting to know his side of the family. Like, we didn't really know them like that. So yeah, that that was a big change for us as well. So we moved in with his mom, and if I'm looking sideways, y'all, it's because I'm like really trying to like get my memory together and everything. So, and also I'm nervous, so just bear with me. We moved in with his mother, and everything was okay in the beginning until it wasn't. So now I'm in 6th grade. I had to go to summer school in my 5th grade to go to 6th grade because of me lacking in math. And normally I am an AB student. I am very smart when it comes to, you know, my subjects and everything like that, especially math. So that was really new for me to be going to summer school for that. So yeah, but I made it to 6th grade, thankfully. And so things started to change a lot. I had to go to a school that was not in my comfort at all. It was very much it was a lot. I'll just leave it as that. I was very quiet, very shy, and I had my few select friend groups as well. You know, I'm the type of person that once I get to know you, once I'm like really cool with you, then I'll come out of my shell. But yeah, I was only out of my shell with that particular friend group in my school at the time. And I didn't really have that much friends because, you know, I was quiet and everything like that. I kept my head down a lot at that school because it was like a lot of fights. It was just a lot of, like, you know, bullying going on. So I didn't want to get messed up with that. I didn't want to get, you know, called out with, you know, just fighting for no reason, nothing like that. So I just kept my head down and, you know, just stuck with people who was nice to me, basically. And that school, I experienced a little bit bullying as well. I used to get called different names. I'm not gonna say it because because it was just, you know, really traumatic for me. So yeah, but moving on, like, we was staying with his mom and everything like that. We were staying in a rough neighborhood. That was our first time staying in like a really bad neighborhood, so we had to adjust. I had to adjust, and yeah, I made my way fit in, basically. So after we lived with his mom for a while, we moved in the same neighborhood, y'all, down the street, in the projects homes. We just needed to get out of his mom's house, so we moved into the project homes down the street. And y'all, when I tell y'all, it was pretty bad, y'all. And looking back, I'm just like, wow, God really brought us through a lot. Like, I thank God for bringing us through. I thank God for hearing our prayers, because y'all, like, you just don't know nobody's story until they tell you their story. Basically, the apartment, we was living with rats, like live bit New York rats, y'all. Like, it was traumatic. Like y'all, it was a lot. Okay, I'll never forget this one incident where I was standing in the backyard part of the apartments, and I was trying to get reception because in that area it was really bad reception. It's like you couldn't really get the reception on your phone. So, and we really didn't have Wi-Fi either. Like, we couldn't really afford Wi-Fi, so we had to go out in the back to hold our phones up to get the connection signal and everything like that, to just download some movies or whatever, so that way we can be entertained. I'll never forget, this rat came out of the dumpster and literally looked at me. Like, it was staring in my soul, and I was looking back at it and I froze. And next thing you know, the rat was just like, I just freaked out. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I had to run upstairs. Like, it was just a whole lot, right? We was living with gnats. We were living with roaches. Like, it was really bad, y'all, okay? So finally, we was able to move out of those apartments. And now I'm about to go into 7th grade. So we moved from them apartments, and we moved my auntie. Wait. No. So we moved from them apartments, and we moved into another hotel. So this hotel was located a little further out, because then in 6th grade we was more in the west end of Atlanta. And if you guys live in Atlanta, you guys know how the west end is, okay? So but now we're moving towards, you know, Doraville area, Norcross and everything. So now we're in a hotel in that area, and I'm about to go to 7th grade. But thankfully it was the summer of 6th grade going into 7th grade. We stayed in that hotel for a minute, and this is the time where I started to experience spiritual stuff. So if you guys are Christians, you guys would know, like, you know, you deal with the spiritual realm and you deal with demonic stuff, paranormal stuff. So yeah, if you don't know, now you know. And not to scare anybody either, but it just comes with the territory of following Christ, to be honest. Like, you have to fight all spiritual stuff. Like, you just have to always be a warrior when it comes to Christ. So this is a time where I started to really realize like what was around me. I was being targeted spiritually, but I didn't know it yet, right? So we were living in that hotel. I was experiencing some paranormal stuff in that hotel and everything. And it was just, you know, and around the time I used to watch Paranormal Witness as well. So that wasn't making it no better at all. We was in that hotel for quite a bit. Y'all, living in that hotel, we used to have to walk a lot. Actually, we used to have to walk a lot, even living with mama, his husband, mother as well. But we had eventually got our car living with her. But y'all, we lost the car and everything, so we had to get back to walking. So living in this hotel, we really like used to walk, okay, like everywhere in the hot heat. Like, I'll never forget how drastic of like how hot it was outside. Walking in that heat was no joke, y'all. Like, whew, no joke. So, and in the area we were staying in, like, in order to get to our grocery store, we had to walk up like 3 huge hills to get to the grocery store. And mind you guys, we had to walk back with those groceries just to get into our room and finally get some cold air. Like, it was a lot, y'all. So we lived in that hotel, and then finally we moved with my auntie, my mom's sister, and that was the start of my 7th grade year. And I was able to go to the school that I really enjoy. I made a lot of friends. I was really able to come out of my shell at that school, particularly because I had some good friends around me that helped me do that. So I really did enjoy that school. So we stayed with my aunt for quite a bit. We used to actually sleep in her living room, y'all. Like, my room was the dining room. Like, mine and my little brother room was the dining room. My big brother wasn't staying with us at the time. He was staying with his friends. And my mom and her husband at the time would stay in the living room part. But we made it work, y'all. Like, we made it work. It was a routine that we had living with my aunt. We would just come home from school and we would go in our little sessions, and we wouldn't, you know, bother nobody. We would just stay to ourselves, you know. So that happened for the majority of my 7th grade year until, I want to say, towards the end. So towards the end, we was able to get our apartment. We was really excited about that apartment, y'all. It was right next door to my aunt's apartment. So I was still able to go to the same school. My brother and I were still able to go to the exact same school that we was going to. And I was just really excited. Like, we were like, yes, like, finally. When we moved in that apartment, I'll never forget the day. We moved in and we didn't have no lights, y'all. We wasn't able to have lights. So our neighbor at the time was very kind enough to let us, you know, use some of their lights. Like, we used to have the extension cord going from their house back to our house, and we would just do whatever we needed to do. Whether if it was, you know, we had this little cook portal thing where we used to cook our meals on because we couldn't plug up our stove. So that was our way of fixing some noodles or some eggs, whatever we needed to fix, y'all. Like, we made it work, okay? We had no heat at all. We was in the cold. My mom would gather me and Kisan, and she would put us into her room. She would tell us to get up under the blanket with her, and she used to have her blow dryer, and she used to just blow it on us, y'all. Like, we made it work, okay? We made it work. And all the while, we had to get up for school. And we used to just go. Like, we used to make it work. Nobody knew our struggle. I didn't speak to my friends about my struggle. They didn't know nothing what was going on in the house, okay? I went to school. I put a smile on my face. I got my work done. Came back home, and I made it work with my family. But God was able to eventually get our lights cut on, and we was able to finally cook us some good meals, y'all. Like, you know, it was good. But eventually we had to pack up our stuff and move. Around the time as well, the apartments was about to shut down as well, so we had to move, right? So we ended up moving back into a hotel, and it was in the same area as the second hotel, but it wasn't the exact hotel. It was like across the street from the hotel, right? Moved in that hotel, and you know, we were just like, okay, we're back here. You know, we know the rules, like we know what to do, you know. My brother and I, when we stayed in a hotel, we had our side. My mom and her husband at the time had their side. We had a little kitchen in the hotel as well, and we had a bathroom. We knew the whole routines of staying in a hotel. So now, this is my 8th grade year. I was able to go to the same school before for a little while in my 8th grade year, from my 7th grade year. But when I moved, I had to transition to a new school, and this school was an all Mexican school, so this was really out of my comfort zone, y'all, like really out of my comfort zone. So, but I was able to make friends there, you know. Once I got out of my shell, I was able to, you know, mingle with some people. I had a good friend at the time, and yeah, I stayed with my clique that I made. Being in that hotel and going to the school that I was going to, I eventually started to have anxiety. So this is where I started to battle anxiety and depression. I didn't realize that I was having anxiety until my mom told me, because my mom suffered from anxiety as well. I just never forget when I used to go on the bus, you know, go on the bus to school and everything. At the time, we didn't have a car, so buses was my only way to go to school. So I never forget of like the feeling of me having a panic attack. I didn't understand it at the time. All I knew was that every time when I was on the bus, I would just get real like claustrophobic, and I just didn't want people around me. I'm the type that I used to sit way in the back of the bus and hang out with my friends, but this particular time I used to always sit in the front, like right behind the bus driver, ready to get off the bus first, right? So I used to always feel so like jittery, and I couldn't breathe. I used to always have to like stick my head out the window to get some air, because like I feel like my air circulation was just cutting off on me. So I explained this to my mom, and she was like, oh, it sounds like you're having an anxiety attack. And I was just like, are you serious? So like oh my gosh. But y'all, that went from me having anxiety on the bus to me having anxiety in my classes. So like during math period, it's always happened at a certain time. Like I never understood that, but I used to miss a lot of math classes because of my anxiety. I used to literally leave my classroom and just walk the halls. And my counselor at the time, I forgot her name. I wish I still remember her name, because I tell y'all, like, it's like God sent her as my angel to just watch over me, y'all. Like, she was on point every single day. Like, every time I had an anxiety attack, she would come from that hall, like from this. So the school, okay, so my hall was this way. She would come this way. Yeah, she would come this way and hit this corner like that, come in my direction. And she'd be like, Trakayla? And I'm just like, I can't speak. She was like, come. So she used to put me in her office. She used to sit me down, and she used to just hand out some coloring books to me. And she'd be like, I'm going to leave you in this little portion of my office, and I'm going to go and take care of the other students. So she used to just leave me there, y'all. I used to color. I used to do whatever that helped me to get me from having an anxiety attack and everything like that. And I would stay with her for the rest of the school day, y'all. Like, until it was time to go home, I used to just stay with her in her office and just color. Around the time my mom had just got her new vehicle, so she was able to pick me up. I wasn't, you know, riding the bus no more, so that was you know, a plus right there. But I was still battling what I was battling. So now we moved from that hotel to another hotel in the same area, y'all. So I was still going to the same school, but this hotel, for some reason, we made a lot of friends. My brother and I were just like, you know what, we're just gonna make the best of it, okay? We're not gonna soak in our sadness or anything like that. So we was like, you know what, we're about to go outside. We're gonna make some friends. There's some kids playing outside. Let's just make the best out of our situation. So we used to go outside, and we used to, like, you know, play with the kids, and we used to have a ball, y'all. Like, we made it work, y'all, okay? Yeah, we used to go to the park. We used to, listen, like, we made it work, okay? And that's when we also realized, like, wow, like, this is not just us in this situation, like it's other kids going through this as well. We need to stick together, like let us, you know, let each other know, like, you know, our parents not gonna be going through this forever. We're gonna get out of the situation, right? So eventually we did. We moved in with my granddaddy. So once we moved in with my granddaddy, it was much better because it was like, okay, we're back with family. This is my mom's dad, so yeah, we're, you know, it feels more comfortable, right? So when we moved in, my granddad, rest his soul, okay, try not to get emotional, y'all, but whew, I didn't know that would make me emotional like that. I really didn't know my granddad until we moved in with him. I used to see him every now and then, but I really didn't have like a strong relationship with my granddad until we moved in with him. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay, let me pause for a minute. Whew, okay, so yeah, so we moved in with him, and I started to build a strong relationship with my granddaddy, and we started to connect, you know, with God and everything like that, like talking about God, because he was the type, like, listen, like, this is what the word says, like, he just always talk about the Bible. So I started to connect with him on that level because I wanted to understand what the Bible really meant and everything. So I used to go to church with him, but I really didn't like the church because I just felt like it was just a whole bunch of like older people. And yeah, so he was just like, you know what, y'all need to get in church. What if it's my church, whoever, y'all need to get in church. So he called my uncle, his brother, to come pick us up and take us to church. So this is how it all started, y'all. Me going to church, me getting saved. I got saved at 15 years old. I am now, you know, in 9th grade. So yeah, so I get into church and my family get into church with me. We get baptized. I caught my first Holy Ghost at 15. That was all about living with my granddaddy, but eventually we got kicked out. We ended up living with my pastor at the time, which is my uncle now. So yeah, we ended up staying with him for quite a bit. And now I am in 10th grade, y'all. So we left my granddaddy when I was in 9th grade. 10th grade, we moved in with my uncle. So we stayed with my uncle, and it was something. It was something. It was constantly church. Every day, every night was church, whatever, Bible study, whatever it was. My uncle was at church, we at church. Like, it was just straight up church, right? The neighborhood, like, I didn't go outside. Like, I did not go outside not one bit. My brother did all the going outside, making friends and everything. He would try to get me to go outside, but y'all, I was just at this point, like, I'm so used to moving, and I'm so used to, like, you know, not really keeping up with the friends that I made, that I just don't want to make new friends at this point, because eventually I feel like we're going to move, and that's that. Like, I'm not going to be in touch with these people. Like, that's how I felt. So I didn't go outside or anything like that, but I was still battling spiritually. This is around the time that I discovered that God gave me the gift of healing. So y'all, when I tell y'all I was like really in church, like deeply, like, listen, your girl was in there deeply, okay? So we stayed with my uncle, but we eventually had to move. So we got kicked out, and we had to move back with my husband at the time, mother. And we did not want to go back, y'all. We did not want to go back. I did not get along with her at all. We just didn't get along at all. My mother didn't get along with her. Like, it was just really bad. So the fact that we had to move back, we were just like, no. But we were just like, you know what, we had nowhere else to go, and we just had to suck it up. Like, we just had to suck up whatever we was feeling towards her or the situation and just make it work, because at the end of the day, like, we need a place to lay our heads, and that was that. So we ended up moving back with her. I'm still battling anxiety. I'm still I'm getting a little depressed now. So we stayed with her, and we didn't stay with her that long. We ended up moving back in with my granddaddy. So it's a lot of flipping flopping, y'all. Like, and listen, it's just a lot of flipping flopping, right? So we moved back in with my granddaddy, stay with him, but we had to move. And mind you guys, when we were staying with my uncle, I was in 10th grade, right? So I was homeschooled, y'all, for my high school year. I didn't go to public school at all for my high school year, which I regret because I feel like that could have helped me in a sense, but I became homeschooled because of the anxiety, right? So the school system was really messing me up, y'all. Like, bad. It messed me up, like, really bad. They was saying that I was in my grade level, like I was in the right, like, grade level, but it wasn't really showing, right? So I'm just like, it was just like a real big thing with the whole school system or whatever, where they, like, I end up just dropping out. I just dropped out, and I remember that I broke down crying. I had got really depressed. I was in the shower. I was just like letting the water hit me. My mom had to like get me out the shower because I was just so depressed, y'all, like real depressed about my school. So, and my mom was like, you know, you can just get your GED, like, you know, like, just, it won't, like, you know, just don't beat yourself up about it. Things happen. Like, y'all, when I tell you I beat myself up about it, like, it was so bad. I mean, so bad. But anyway, we stayed with my granddaddy, and that's when I was like really depressed about my school as well. And but we had to move from my granddaddy because they was renovating his house because they wanted to resell his house and everything. So he had to end up move, so we had to end up move. And we ended up living with my aunt, and that's my granddaddy's sister. May she rest in peace as well. She both of them passed around the same time. I'm not gonna get emotional again. We ended up staying with her for some time, and y'all, y'all, to be honest, living with anybody is not it. Like, it's good to just have your own space. It's just good to just be in your own spot, y'all. So yeah, but I thank God for my aunt because she didn't have to open her home, or anybody for that matter. They didn't have to open their homes for us, anything like that. So I'm very grateful for them. But we ended up staying with my aunt. We were staying there for some time, y'all, until one day God told me to call these particular apartments. Actually, I was looking at some apartments and I saw these apartments on the apartments app, and I was just like, dang, like, they don't have no availability because it said that it didn't have no availability on the app. And I literally heard God's voice clear as day, and he said, just call. And I'm just like, just call? And he's like, just call. I called. They was like, yeah, we have this, we have that. And y'all, we got in, got approved, no problem, no nothing. It was just like smooth, like selling, like just approved. We was really excited, like, whew, real estate. This is 2018, y'all, and we were just really happy. This was before my birthday, everything. So we moved in. We were just like, yes, like, finally, like, our own spot. It was just my mom, my brother, and I, y'all. Like, we were just so happy. This is when depression really hit me, y'all, like, really bad. I was trying to really like focus on my career and everything. At the time, I wanted to try out for the Falcons cheerleader, and I wasn't able to try out because of my GED situation. So I ended up missing that, and it really brought me down. And then plus I was dealing with some daddy issues as well, and I just felt like I wasn't worthy. I just felt like I was just not worthy to be here, y'all, like, to be honest. I just felt like, what is there left for me? I didn't know where God wanted to like direct me with my life, and it just led to me trying to harm myself. Okay, Y'all, I'm really trying to be strong through this video, because I know this could help somebody else. But I remember the night when I tried to harm myself. My mom, my brother was sleeping, and I tried to cut myself, but God is so amazing, y'all. Literally, I was cutting myself, but it wouldn't cut. it would not cut at all. And I'm just like, why the heck this not cutting? And I literally, like, it's like something, it was like God himself hugged me. It was like God himself really hugged me, and I just started crying. I just started crying. Yeah, I just started crying. I called my husband, and I called somebody else at the time as well, and they were just getting on me, like basically like just speaking life back into me. And I thank God for that. I really do. God would really put certain individuals in your life to help you get out of situations. And my best friend and the other person really helped me get out of that. So I thank them for that. Well, my husband. Yeah, so that was that. So we end up going through some challenges with the apartment. We had to move. So we had to move back into my mom's sister home. And me, my mom, and my brother had to go back to sleeping on the floor in her living room. And at that time, my brother had really got depressed himself. And he was just like, Ma, I can't stay here. And my mom, she was just like, you know what? She had to be a mom first and care about her child. And she allowed him to go and live with a family friend. And I stuck it out with my mom. I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm not leaving. I'm going to stick it out with you. And we're gonna get through this together. We used to make the best out of it, like always. We used to crack jokes and everything like that. I had to get baby boy, y'all. He was hungry. He's right here sleeping right now. We used to make the best out of everything. At the time, I was dealing with some issues with my hand. I had hurt myself on my job at the time from doing some work that I wasn't supposed to do, y'all. But it led to me having carpal tunnel syndrome in my hand. I had to have surgery in my hand and everything. So I was able to get some money back from that situation. And that helped us a lot with our move, y'all. Like, God was able to bless me out of my pain, basically bless me and my family out of my pain. And yeah, so we was able to move, y'all. And that was like the best day ever. Like, the best day, y'all. Like, oh yes. So we moved to our apartment, y'all. The rest just been history for us. Like, we was able to move into another home, which is this home now, from that apartment, and we've been on our own ever since, y'all. So I'm just so excited. Like, I'm just so blessed and thankful for what God have done in our lives and where he brought us from, y'all. Like, we was living off people in hotels for 8 whole years, y'all. That's a long time, okay? If you guys don't know, in spiritual term, number 8 means new beginnings. So I'm just thankful that God really showed up and showed out for us when it was looking like it was no way out, or like it was just darkness at the end of the tunnel. God continued to remind us, like, no, there's, you know, I'm right here with you guys. Like, I'm walking through every step with you guys. And he really helped us, y'all. Like, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so thankful. He's still working on us today. Today, time is still not perfect. We're still not where we really want to be. But we're just thankful for God still allowing us to keep our own roof over our head, for him still making a way financially. He's still providing for us to this day, y'all. He's healed me and my mom from our anxieties. and depression. Like, it's, y'all, God is so good. He's real, and he just want to care for us all, y'all. He just want to care for us all, and I'm just so thankful for him. Like, we wouldn't be here today without him. Like, where we are right now, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so blessed. And yeah, y'all, I know this talk about it was like real emotional, but I just really wanted to help someone out there who may be going through a similar situation that we went through. And you know, just know that you guys are not alone in your situations. God hear you, he feel you, he's right there with you. And just continue to pray, seek him first, follow him, listen, obey, and he will get you through all the situations, every situation that you face. Okay, so yeah, y'all, I'm just like, I'm really trying not to get emotional through this video because it was just like bringing back memories, and I know it was kind of all over the place. I just really hope it blessed someone. And yeah, y'all, I just had to get this out to y'all. I had to be obedient. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about this video. If you guys want to share y'all testimonies with me, just leave them down in the comment section. You can email me, do whatever, like, if you want to share your testimony and connect, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you're dealing with anxiety, depression, don't feel like you can't reach out to someone. Okay, like, that was my issue as well. I feel like I couldn't really talk it out or anything like that. Please seek the help. Please seek a friend. Like, talk it out, okay? And you know, even if you gotta talk to God, like, talk to God. He will heal you from those thoughts. He will heal you from whatever you're feeling. Okay, so I just have to make sure I put that out there as well.